Welcome back. So I wanted to talk about going all in, becoming the best. And really, it's just a prelude to the personal brand. I think that's where I personally am at in my story is I've really invested into this mindset, into this ideology of becoming a creator. And that fits with my personality. I tried the agency part. There's some good, there are pros and cons to it, of course. But for me, it's benefited me more to do a brand and solo route than it was an agency. And for some of my audience, like, if you want to have an agency, go do it. It was not for me. And I'll tell you why. So a few things to kind of preface this is that if you're starting an agency, something that I wish I had when I started an agency was a curriculum. That's why the course exists. So if you have an agency and you're trying to hire editors, I'm thinking about making like some sort of license or something that if your editor goes through my course, they're good to go, because that's what I had to do in my last company. I had to not only teach people pre-production, post-production, and production itself. So those are eventually going to become my own courses. And people that have similar products to it is Parker Walbeck. I think he does full-time filmmaker. And what I just learned recently is that he actually has a deal with Adobe that could give you a subscription for a cheaper price, which is cool. I was like, yeah, the courses are going to be my life's work. And it's really going to save you a lot of time if you're trying to get in touch with me, because I know the bigger our brand gets, I'll have to spend less time with people one-on-one. And like, I'm still offering that as of right now when this is recorded, 5 years down the road. Maybe it's changed, maybe it's not, who knows? But I know that that was kind of my blueprint is like, okay, so what is not only topical right now, has gotten us like pretty good results on YouTube, is probably a course. And one of the limiting beliefs that I had was that no one would care. Like, I hated courses. I thought courses were a scam. I thought all the gurus, they were selling like dating courses, they were selling social media marketing courses, and like there's still a lot of people doing that now. But what I've heard is that it's hard to find a good one. And I wanted to make a good one. And so far, we've gotten really good reviews on it and people have liked it so far. And I think a big part of how I'm doing it different is that I want it to be evergreen. I want to keep leveling up my skills as an editor, like the profession itself, and also give you just more context on what I've done and how it could help you. So that's how I was basically structuring my courses. Like, oh, I already have this experience that I could give to people. I just have to package it up in such a way to where if you're an agency, buy this course. So your person goes through it. Like if you're having them start from the ground up, you can do that. And I was like, well, what if I did it even better? What if I put out a free YouTube tutorial like point A to point B, Alex Hormozy style. Alex is going crazy on Instagram and all that. Let's just do that. Grant Cardone, all them freaking dudes. I made my own little version of that. And then the software had to get better because of things like CapCut. Thank you, CapCut, because you made Adobe step up their game. And when Adobe got better, I was like, great, now we can actually do the proper version of this. And that's what you'll see now. And it has over 100,000 views, which is crazy. But it was really comforting because I know that that is going to start so many careers. And so far, I think it has. And especially with the Discord and all that. So I'm really proud of that because that's what I wanted. I like, oh, this short form is the best way to get into this industry as an editor. My platform of kind of what I want to do now is going to be interesting a few years from now when I listen back to this, but I've been taking advantage of a lot in this industry, and I do not want that to happen to other editors or other creatives. And that's been the talk of the town for as long as I can see. So I'm trying to make my little corner of the world better and give a lot of confidence and opportunity for people that have personalities similar to me. I'm a little subservient. I've grown up all my life doing life by the rules, doing what you're told, never had a problem following rules. And until you get into the real world and you have to become a leader and fend for yourself, that's when things kind of change. You know, I'm going to be walking down this path for the rest of my life because I've gotten to the point where I've been working for myself long enough that I feel like I can't be hired because I have such a flexible schedule and I can do so many things with my schedule that I wouldn't want to work a job. And I want to kind of build that framework for people that want to do that. The agency is great. For me, it was insane and crazy. For what I'm doing now as a solo creator, it's so much more tailored to my personality, and I'll try to speak more light on that. And the basic framework is that I get to work with a handful of clients. For me right now, it's 5 clients. I have an income and a community from the course videos. And then I can also sell coaching. I haven't put a real big brand on that because I don't know how crazy that'll get. So I'm like slowly kind of doing coaching on the side. I might step into it more, but I now have options. I don't have to keep looking for more clients. I don't have to keep doing different services. I can just stick with a service that I like, that my fiance are comfortable with, and I could have some other sources of income and also have a community to get better at editing. I want to get better at editing every single day. And now I have like a community that can make me better and I can make them better. And since we all work simultaneously and we're all in this industry together, we can get better together and we can make money together. And it's, like all of those beliefs I didn't even have in my mind before I went online. So this is a wake up call to you to get online. Like people want to see things, and it's going to give you so many different skills when you put a light in front of you, when you put a microphone in front of you. Like you're going to have to learn some of the nuances that will help you in conversations with coaches, with entrepreneurs that you're trying to work with and they're trying to work with from you. So as you're online, your digital portfolio is really important. Like your Instagram, people are going to look at that. They're going to see like what work you did. And if you have a portfolio website, even better. But if you're trying to do things for free, LinkedIn and Instagram, easiest ways to start picking up clients because they're going to see your work if you're posting it. And more importantly, there's some people out there that are making amazing content on both of those platforms, even TikTok, but they're not putting their face on there and they're not talking. Some of them are putting their face on their profile picture or maybe just a picture of themselves, but I feel like you will elevate if you take the time to learn the production side of things, because that will elevate your conversations when you speak to clients. I promise you, because that is going to be questions that they're going to ask you, because I bet a lot of you that are listening to this have got in the conversation and you've negotiated, you finally got to that place, and then they're asking you, hey, what camera should I get? Hey, what microphone sounds good? And then you're frustrated because it's like, they don't even know how to record. Now, my friends, you'll be that person. You will be their resource. You will be their safe haven, as so it be, because you're giving yourself the experience and you're taking the time to become a professional in this industry. Personal brand is powerful, and that's how I would approach it if I were you and if I was just starting. Quick opinion I want to put out there. I thought it was absolutely disgusting when I was seeing these videos on YouTube saying that editing is a nice side hustle. For some of you, that might be true, and I'm not saying you're a bad person because you're doing it on the side. I'm glad you're doing it on the side. But to sell it as something that is easy, not the case. Not the case at all. Because I approach this business from a different perspective. Like, that's why I think it's disgusting. It's like, no. This is my livelihood, and here's why this thing could never be a sustainable side hustle. There are so many variables to this game that just editing short form content is not a side hustle. I'm sorry. You're going to be charging people dirt cheap if they're actually trying to work with you. Because now we have AI tools that are doing a good chunk of the work, which is nice because now we have more time to be more creative, and the quality is going to go through the roof because people don't have to worry about the captions. And that's what I'm really excited for, because it's going to be more important as you as a personal brand, you know what you're talking about. So chew on that for a little bit. And if I already haven't said this yet, like putting yourself out there, putting yourself on camera, not only teaches you the nuances and elevates your conversations, like it gives you authority. A lot of people have seen our videos so far, and some of them are surprised when I jump on a call with them. They're like, "Oh my God, you're real!" It's like, yes, of course I'm real. Like I'm putting it out there, and something to keep in mind when you're starting a brand or you're trying to start as a freelancer or freelance editor. Like, put yourself out there, talk to the camera. People want to talk to you when they message you or DM you. Like, they are assuming that they are talking to you. And those are good things. Those are good things. And it's going to give you a little bit of authority when someone just has a profile picture of a brand, or if they just reach out willy-nilly with prices. Like, you're going to want to start with a relationship when it comes to your client. And an easy way to do that is to put your face on it. That's all I'll say there. So the last thing, and I've kind of touched on it, like, you're forcing yourself to articulate something so someone can understand. You don't want to embarrass yourself, so you have to learn enough. Oh man, I love this. You have to learn enough to be able to explain to get them started. They might ask as a great question, and now you're curious, so you have to find and jump down that rabbit hole. Man, I wrote that because that's what I want to do with this show. It's called Learn, Build, Teach. It's like, okay, if someone asks you for help, you're going to have to go learn it and then build some sort of checklist so that you can explain to them and teach them. So you're learning, you're building, you're teaching. And you just keep doing that process until you become an expert. And you're gonna fall, you're gonna fail, you're gonna make people a little bit mad, you're gonna say something that you didn't mean to say. We're all human, that's part of the experience, baby. Just go ahead and embrace it and just start. If you're on the fence of starting, please do. Send me your first edit. Send the community your first edit. We will give you some feedback. And I can't speak for the community, but like, I'm not going to give you a hard time. I'm going to just give you some things that I thought that the edit was well. It doesn't have to be a crazy edit. It can just be your first time. Start. I promise you will not regret it, because once you start something, it gives you a little bit of confidence. It gives you a little bit of direction to wherever you need to go. Whether you're in this industry for a few months or multiple years, I welcome you. I appreciate you. And if you ever need help, please send us an email at saturnsring.biz@gmail.com. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.